What's up, world? It's Omar Hosea, the real, coming back at you. Was another thought for the, another thought. This friend I have, right? And like recently, normally I have something to share with you guys every day, all day. I mean, so much to put out, so much. Excuse me, autopilot. Medication. Do not condone it for personal pleasure, but only for pain and help you slow down your process. Medication only. And do not condone it for any personal pleasures or lording of other people. It is not for personal lordship. Say that. Now, this friend, right? Me and her talk a lot. And she's a very, very good person. I mean, open-minded. I mean, any sound man would love this woman and to make her wife. But my path is different. So don't ask me why. I don't do it. But it's just my path is different. But anyway, she helps me to, we talk about a lot of things. And so she helped me remind something about autopilot. And when I flew to Pittsburgh, right? I flew to DC from Cali, as I've done to other states, I noticed that the pilot, after he tells everybody take your seat and everybody's getting buckled in and getting their magazines, everybody's getting comfortable, checking their paperwork, putting their luggage in and tucking stuff and leaning back. It's cool because they're aware, right? And the pilot, he's aware, right? Because he knows that he has people behind him. And he got to, get this thing going. But when we all get on that plane, nobody asks about the psyche of the pilot. Nobody asks the psyche of the people who built the plane. Nobody asked that. So now, but we trust this man or men or people called pilots. And so they're flying us to our destination because we trust them. And so the passenger autopilots their belief and trust to another human being. That human being takes that same human trust and belief and puts it in a machine called an aeroplane. And on that aeroplane, remember, air in the sky, on that plane of existence. So it means he's in the air in the plane. Right? Airplane. Get the picture? Capiche? Now, in this airplane, there's a mechanism called autopilot. Right? So the passenger has an autopilot because he believes and trusts in the pilot. The pilot has an autopilot because he trusts and believes in the builders of this machine. And they trust in the parts and the people who got the parts from them to build this machine. But now that everybody got this trust and belief in this autopilot belief or this autopilot trust, now there's an estimate of 200 on an average airplane, and they're on click autopilot. But in this airplane where this auto click pilot works, there's another switch. There's two switches. And it has a on and off switch for the engine, and it has a autopilot switch for its plane, for itself. So now they hit the switch, start the engine, boom. The plane goes 70 miles an hour down the runway. And it takes off, bang. The pilot he's doing his thing. He's aware. He's checking gauges. You know, he's looking around. He's checked the weather. You know, he's did all his unseen things that people in the passengers don't think about. So the plane has an autopilot. So I'm flying in a plane or in an airship that's flying by itself. But now when you think about this autopilot in your life, you say, what have I turned the engine on and let guide me without me thinking? Have I checked the gauges in my life? Have I checked the weather before I go out in my life? Meaning whether I give a damn about what I'm doing or not, or whether you give a damn about. You know, did I check the matter status? You know, the density of the clouds, if it's going to rain. On the other hand, did I check whether, you know, do I care about what I do or say to you? Or do you care about what you do or say to me? Do we care about what we do or say to them? Doesn't matter. Do we check the density of our words and the density of our presence and the density of our organizations? Because today, societies, plural, is working off of two switches. Engine, cut them on, which is the motivation. Zoom. Pew. And then the other switch, boom. You hit on the autopilot where you just let them do what they do. And the word that they use for the new autopilot word is, it is what it is. Never to ask, what is it? That's the autopilot of the mind. You cut the mind off when you say it is what it is. Because the question still remains, what is it? And the only thing we can say to you when you say it is what it is that you don't know what it is. And you lack the responsibility and the investigation to speak upon that what you have spoken on. So you're on autopilot. So that means that anybody can drive you anywhere because you trust another person's mindlessness, or you trust another person's inability to drive or pilot the whole airship. The mind. See, because the mind, the battle's in the sky. The battle's in the mind. So what I asked you today, people. Come here. We asked you today. Say hello, God. What's that? What's up over there? Who's that? Who's that people over there? Huh? Who's that people? Who's that people? We asked you, right? Today, are you living on an autopilot and letting people fly your aerospace? Or are you in control of your aerospace? Till next time, this is Omar Hosea saying be good to each other, share a kind word, and that peace is possible through sovereignty. But it's only up to the individual to exercise that which is peaceful in all of us.